The Spanish Grand Prix is set to remain on the calendar for 2020, paving the way for the sport's first ever 22-race calendar, which the teams have allegedly given their support for. This year's Spanish event was expected to be the last, with new races in the Netherlands and Vietnam joining next year, and the number of events currently limited to 21. The 11th hour reprieve means that the Spanish race will celebrate its 30th consecutive running at the Montmeló track, while the organizers work on a longer-term solution. The season will begin in Australia on March 15th, but the calendar is yet to be finalized. Germany is expected to be absent, while the teams will retain 3 engines for 22 races. Former Ferrari chief designer Simone Resta will rejoin the prancing horse as head of chassis engineering from November. Resta moved to Alfa Romeo Racing in 2018 as technical director, but left last month with the Scuderia struggling and the squad needing to bolster its lineup under team boss Mattia Binotto. Resta's return also enables Binotto to look towards 2021. We need to make sure we are prepared for the future. The guys are helping me look at the medium and long term, and not just in the day-by-day, he said. Mexican driver Sergio Perez says he wants to commit his long-term future to Racing Point, as the 29-year-old closes in on a new deal with the team. 2019 is Perez's 6th year with the intrepid Silverstone-based squad. And while his last podium with the outfit was Azerbaijan last year, his 8th, making him the most successful Mexican driver of all time, he knows the team is on the rise after its recent cash-strapped past. Care of its new ownership, the Lawrence Stroll-led consortium. I think now the prospect and the ambitions of the team are very good, he said. I think it will be very good to get a long-term deal here because I see that the team is going forward. Perez blasted into F1 with Sauber in 2011 and impressed with a number of giant-killing performances before a single failed season with McLaren in 2013 as the British team began its decline. At the start of the hybrid era, the Mexican joined Force India turned Racing Point, a team that he's grown into, one that matches his hard racer's approach. Haas has ruled out replacing one of its drivers after the mid-season break, with team boss Gunther Steiner labeling it a desperate move. Kevin Magnussen and Romain Grosjean have come under fire this year for hitting into each other, breaking the sport's golden rule, which they did at Barcelona, Silverstone, and Hockenheim. But Steiner has said that dismissing one of his drivers mid-season would cause more damage than benefit. You disrupt a lot of other things, so that would be a desperate move almost, if I have to do that one, he said. Mick Schumacher has won his maiden Formula 2 race, securing Sunday's 120-kilometer reverse grid sprint from pole. The Prema driver holding off Carlin's Nobuharu Matsushita for 28 laps. Schumacher has had a tough F2 season, sporadically scoring points, but has 4 top 10 finishes in the last 5 races for 11th spot in the standings. The 20-year-old joined F2 this year after storming to the 2018 European F3 title, care of 8 race wins.
I've won with a lot of hard work, sitting behind it, and a lot of hard work, not only from my side, but really the most work came from the team, and I'm really just grateful for what they've done.
Schumacher is set to remain in F2 in 2020, with the German needing not only more experience, but super license points. Formula One pit stops are set to come under added scrutiny, with the sport's governing body, the FIA, now imposing time penalties for unsafe releases rather than fines, as seen at Hockenheim. Ferrari was fined €5,000 at last month's German Grand Prix after it released Charles Leclerc into the path of Haas's Romain Grosjean on lap 3, costing the Swiss-French driver positions. But teams felt unhappy with the sanction, stating fines could be abused, leading the FIA to quell the paddock's fears. That is peanuts for a team, said Red Bull Racing's Max Verstappen. They really don't care to pay that, so I think it is completely wrong. Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.